Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for watching today. And today is the day that a lot of baseball fans around the world have been waiting for. It is opening day for Major League Baseball. There's baseball going for every single team today, all 30 teams playing, which is I think the first time in quite a while that has happened, including my beloved Mets. And I just got finished watching them. They won today, got the dub against the Marlins, finishing off 1-0 on their way to 162-0 this year. It's going to be a good year for the Mets, at least I hope. But there's a lot of hope out there for a lot of baseball fans. And if you guys do watch baseball out there, you have a favorite team, I wish your team the best of luck. Just hope they don't finish better than my beloved New York Mets. And one of my favorite sports is baseball, but of course here on the channel we don't necessarily talk a lot about sports. We're more of a collectibles and Funko Pops channel. So I thought I would do something fun here and merge two of my loves and actually show off all of my baseball pops that I currently have in my collection. And now admittedly I don't have a lot of them. I actually just have 6 baseball pops, but I think they're awesome, pretty cool ones. I do want to add some more players to my collection, some of my favorite players from MLB. So hopefully throughout the year I can add more baseball pops to my collection for ones that I really want. It's hard collecting sports pops in general because a lot of them don't have a ton of value and they tend to make like the top players over and over again. Like when we look at basketball, Giannis Antetokounmpo and LeBron James and Michael Jordan, of course, have like 10 different pops each. So you sometimes want to be careful with getting the stars, but for baseball, they've really only made each player like once, possibly twice. So it's been a little bit more tame from baseball's perspective. And like I said, we have 6 pops to take a look at today. All 6 of them I really do love, and I normally go for sports pops for my favorite players. So guys, let's get in there and check out all of my MLB Funko Pops. And the first one we're taking a look at is, as you guessed it, a New York Mets pop. I actually have a few New York Mets pops in the collection, obviously, but this is actually the newest addition to my sports collection, and this is definitely one of my favorites from the MLB mascots line. This is Mr. Met, and this is the blue jersey Mr. Met. So it's the newer one. This one came out back in 2019. I want to say the original Mr. Met with the white jersey came out maybe 2016, 2017. So it was a little bit older, and that one has a much higher value. I was able to snag this from my friend Funky Bob, where he had a sale on his website, and I was able to pick this up along with a few other pops. So definitely an awesome figure. And they made a whole line of different baseball mascots like Bernie Brewer, Billy the Marlin, the Orioles mascot, the Athletics mascot, and on, as you can see on the back of the box. So if you are a baseball fan, you probably have your team's mascot that you can get as a Funko Pop. But I've always been a huge fan of Mr. Met ever since I was a kid. One of my earliest memories is watching the Mets games with Mr. Met there on the field. And he does have the blue jersey on with the orange lettering and an orange undershirt. Definitely super cool with the pinstripes and everything. I love the smile and the Mets baseball cap on, and he's leaning on a baseball bat. And the next figure you're taking a look at was my former favorite player in all of Major League Baseball, but unfortunately he ended up leaving my Mets this past offseason. But I still love the pop, and it does actually have some pretty good value. Surprisingly, this is Jacob DeGrom, and DeGrom has been one of the best pitchers in baseball for years now. I remember him joining the team in like, what, 2015 or something like that. And just every year getting better and better. Multiple Cy Youngs. He is an awesome, awesome pitcher. So when I found out they were making a Funko Pop of Jacob DeGrom, I had to jump all over it. And this was a part of the newer wave of MLB Pops that came out in 2020. And I gotta say, they all look super nice. The fact that they have the setting with like the mound that he's on, and his uniform does look really nice with the Mets logo on the side, and of course the Mets at his number 48, and even has his name on the back, and spelled correctly, even more importantly. And then since Jacob DeGrom left my favorite team, my new favorite player is Pete Alonso, the polar bear. And this is actually the first Pete Alonso pop that they made. They did make a second one with him with the gray Mets jersey as well, and I think it's a little bit of a different stance too, but I definitely really like this one. I do love the white jerseys for the Mets. with the pinstripes and everything, it does look pretty cool. Now for the 2020 wave of the MLB players, a lot of the batters, they had them just like holding the bat, but not much else. Some of the newer ones actually have them swinging the bat and everything, but definitely looks like a great pop there. It does look like Pete Alonso, where he has the 5 o'clock shadow and everything. He has the bat in his hand. Of course, he's known for hitting bombs, multiple-time home run derby champion. And he's a Tampa native, which is where we are living. So even better, I actually got to meet him recently at a Tampa Bay Lightning game. Now I'll start to move away from my Mets bias, and we'll get to some other players I have in the collection. And another one of them is a young up-and-coming superstar. He has had some injuries over the past few years, but this is a player I did pick up, I believe, in 2020. This is Fernando Tatis Jr. And at the time, I believe he was just coming off his rookie year. He was really good. He was about to sign, or he just signed that big contract. And I saw him in box lunch. I picked him up because I thought he would definitely be a cool one. And I love the look of his dreads and everything. And it turns out, shortly after it, this pop actually skyrocketed in value. I'm not sure where the value is right now, but I was definitely happy that I picked it up because eventually when he does come back from his injury, he is going to be really good for the Padres. And I like the look of the jersey and everything with those brown pinstripes. The Padres across the chest does look pretty awesome. The way that he's holding the bat on a little bit of like an angle, which is a little bit different than the way that Pete Alonso is holding his. And then he has his dreads coming out under his helmet, where it's like the black and also the blonde hair streaks. Definitely looks like a super cool pop, and kind of just like his hair does in real life. And now the next MLB pop we have in the collection is one that I actually did get some help with finding. Luckily, we have some family that actually lives in St. Louis, and they are season ticket holders for the St. Louis Cardinals. And they actually went to a game where they were giving away a Funko Pop. So they asked, knowing that I'm a big pop collector, if I wanted to get this pop. And I said, absolutely. And so it took a few months, but eventually when they came down over here to Florida, I was able to get it from them. And it's definitely a really cool pop. Isn't in perfect condition, but I do not care because it's definitely a great one. This is the Busch Stadium exclusive Ozzie Smith. And Ozzie Smith, one of those legend players. I'm definitely happy they made this pop here, because it's definitely one of the more unique sort of MLB pops they've made so far. And like I said before, with a lot of like the position players, they just have them kind of holding a bat, not doing too much. But the fact that they have Ozzie Smith out there in the infield playing on the dirt, looks like he's about to go like grab a ground ball or something like that. Definitely really awesome. And that classic Cardinals jersey look too. This pop is fantastic. Now we have one final baseball pop in the collection. It's not actually an MLB pop. Well, I guess kind of, because it's connected via the MLB Funko Fan Fest that Funko hosted last year in Los Angeles from the Funko Hollywood store. This is actually the 3,000 piece limited edition Funko Shop exclusive Funko Player. And so they actually put this one out on the Funko Shop, and then they also had an eBay Player one as well, as they're celebrating the MLB All-Star Game in Los Angeles last year. I definitely thought this was a cool pop to pick up, and it is limited to just 3,000 pieces. We were lucky enough to be able to get one, and I definitely really like this pop, and I love the jersey. It's just the colors on the jersey look awesome with kind of that aqua teal sort of look and the brown. I think they mesh really well together. And the player with his hands on his hips, he does have the glove in his hand, and he does have the eye black under his eyes as well to add a little bit of extra character. And you even have the Funko crown on the front of the cap. So definitely a super cool and unique figure. So guys, there's our look at all of our baseball pops as we celebrate MLB Opening Day for 2023. Definitely super excited. Already got some baseball watch today. Saw a little bit of like the Yankees game earlier and then the Mets game now as it just wrapped up. So definitely super pumped for baseball. Can't wait to see more as the days and weeks and months go on. But this is my collection of baseball pops. It is small, but I definitely think it's cool, and I do want to add some more soon. I think the next one I'm going to add is Shohei Ohtani, because he's one of my favorite players to watch in baseball, and so he would definitely be a great one to add next. But now I do want to hear from you guys. What do you think about my collection of baseball pops? Do you have any baseball pops in your collection? And let me know what your favorite MLB team is as well. Maybe your favorite player. I'd love to hear about that in the comments down below. And of course, if you guys have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, leave a like in this video as well if you enjoy it. And of course, you can always hit that bell to be notified whenever we have new videos drop. But thank you guys so much for watching today. And as always, we'll see you again real soon.